Welcome to the Daily Intelligence Brief from IntelStor for the 3rd of September 2025. In today's top renewable energy news, Mubadala Investment Company, a sovereign investment fund from Abu Dhabi, is acquiring a stake in Rezolv Energy in Romania. Mubadala is setting up a joint venture with Rezolv Energy's owner, Sustainable Infrastructure Investment Fund Actis. The JV involves joint control of the Romanian firm, whose ongoing projects in the country exceed 2 gigawatts of wind and solar energy development. Mubadala's Masdar also signed an agreement with the Montenegrin Minister of Energy and Mining. Mubadala has been pursuing a strategy to expand their presence in Europe, and they are on the lookout for additional investment opportunities. A top attorney at NOAA, who previously worked against offshore wind development, has been elevated to a newly created senior position as Chief of Strategy, according to an internal memo. Ann Hawkins has served as general counsel at NOAA since the early days of the second Trump administration. She was previously the executive director of the Responsible Offshore Development Alliance, an activist group that represents the fishing industry and has pushed to block offshore wind projects throughout the country. The developer of a planned Maryland offshore wind farm insisted Tuesday that a related steel manufacturing facility in Sparrows Point will move forward. This is despite the federal government withdrawing a $47.4 million grant for the project last week by the U.S. Department of Transportation. It said the $400 million project on the site of the former Bethlehem steel mill will continue to move forward. U.S. Wind said that completion of the infrastructure upgrades will ultimately bring hundreds of manufacturing jobs to the Baltimore region. On the 3rd of September, Doosan Efficiency announced that it has opened the Doosan Wind Power Center. It is an integrated control center that monitors and controls wind power generators nationwide 24 hours a day. Doosan Efficiency is the first manufacturer that has supplied wind power generators to Korea to have an integrated control tower for remote technology support. The opening ceremony was attended by key government officials. Colombia's environmental watchdog ANLA has put forward draft rules to create a dedicated licensing track for wind power projects between 10 and 100 megawatts. This is part of the government's fresh attempt to remove institutional obstacles hindering the renewables deployment. The Colombian government announced earlier this year it would address procedural and regulatory stumbling blocks that prevented renewable energy projects from moving forward. This would include adopting measures to streamline environmental licensing and public consultation. You can learn more about all of IntelStor's market and sales intelligence offerings at www.intelstor.com and subscribe to our channel today.